Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome back to more of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. Last time did once again some small bit of overworld stuff. We checked out the River Rapids game. We also explored the southern face shrine, and now we're going to be going into the northern face shrine, which is our 6th dungeon. Now when I go in here, I'm going to be doing something that I don't normally do in my Let's Play videos, but I'm actually going to stop talking for a small bit, just so you guys can listen to the music, because there is something I want to say about the music for this place. Okay, so basically, when I first heard this remix, literal chills ran down my spine the first time I heard this. I was really, really impressed with this remix. I don't know what it is. I think just the general atmosphere of the song, and you know, also when you take into account like all the stuff we learned in the previous video about the island, kind of what's at stake here. It's just really, really powerful to me, and in my opinion, I think it's the best piece of music in this game. I just love kind of how it starts off kind of different, like, you know, it doesn't sound exactly like the original Face Shrine at first, but then when it kind of leads into the familiar melody that you actually do know from the original game, it's just really, really solid, and honestly, just probably one of my favorite pieces of music in this game, and definitely the best remix in this game. I mean, I guess there's not really a lot of new music technically, but yeah, I just really, really fell in love with this piece of music when I first heard it. It was just really, really good. I was very, very impressed, and yeah, just really wanted to spend some time talking about that, because that's definitely something that really, really, like, got to me during my first playthrough, and it still gets to me in any concurrent playthroughs, because it's just a really, really solid piece of music. So yeah, this song right here, the Face Shrine music, is just really, really good for me. I really, really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed listening. I enjoyed the original song too. I feel like the original's kind of a bit more repetitive, and that's why I kind of like the, they added that new little opening to it, which made it, I think, a lot different. Also, I believe, now that we have the boomerang, can we destroy these things now? Yep. So yeah, that's how powerful the boomerang is. The boomerang can destroy pretty much all of the anti-fairy-like enemies, and you get a fairy whenever you kill them, too, so it's definitely, like, very much advised to do that. But yeah, Face Shrine, really, really cool. Loved this rendition of the song, and it was really nice. It was really nice to hear it. Unfortunately, I took a bit of a wrong turn. I think I needed that key, though, but actually, maybe I didn't. The beginning of the Face Shrine is honestly my least favorite part of this dungeon, just because it's not entirely obvious on how they want you to get around here. You kind of have to, like, for lack of a better term, guess a little bit. But having the level 2 sword definitely helps. Because you don't have to worry about wasting arrows on, like, long distance shots, which is kind of an annoying thing about it. You do still need to use bombs. Actually, can I use boomerang? Maybe right here? Let me see if I can do that. Oh, man, that's free. That's so freaking clean. So yeah, with like not only sword beams, but now with the boomerang, we can have like other tools at our disposal, so we don't just have to waste like bombs and arrows all the time, which is really, really neat. But yeah, Phase Shrine, I can definitely understand this dungeon being kind of a tough one for people, because you kind of have to approach this dungeon in a very specific way. I'm going to get to the map really quick just to show it off. As you can see, there's kind of a left side and a right side. And in my opinion, you want to kind of take care of all the stuff on the left side first before you start working on the right side, because the left side's where the dungeon item is, and you know, there's also random keys that you might need for the other side. So it just kind of makes sense to try to stay over on the left side of the dungeon before you move over to the right side. Like, literally, do not go to the right side until you have, like, all the treasure chests open. Even if there's just rupees, like, you still technically need rupees in this game. I think we have more than enough at this point to get the last remaining story-related thing. But, you know, if you want to go through, like, you know, unlocking everything, if you are someone who wants to do that, obviously that's not for everyone, and you should never feel pressured to do that by any means. Also, Wizrobes can be really annoying. You can really only kill them with bombs or arrows, I think. So, like, even your fresh level 2 sword that we got from the... Really, that didn't work either. Oh my god. Okay, come on. This should do it. There we go. But yeah, Wizrobes you can only kill with bombs and arrows. There might be another weapon you can use that I'm just kind of forgetting about, but that's what I remember from the original Link's Awakening, so that's what I try to end up using. So the dungeon item for this dungeon is the level 2 power bracelet. It allows Link to lift up things, well, lift up stones that are the size of elephants, as you can see here. It's probably, in my opinion, the weakest upgrade in this game. I mean, I guess there is technically another one. I think it's the next dungeon's dungeon item. It's also not super great, but this is really just convenient for this dungeon, and I think one other thing. Aside from that, I don't think it really matters if you really even need this item, if I'm being honest, but you do need it for the Face Shrine at the very least to get through it. So I'm going to go here, get another rupee chest. I think we only have one left. Yeah, we have to go back that way again. Which is kind of annoying, because you do have to kind of, like, go through all this stuff again. Which is a bit tedious. Thankfully, you don't need to kill the Wizrobes in this room again. Go up here. I probably... You know what? Let's just go back and get the switch really quick. Okay, so something new that kind of comes into play in this dungeon is you have these chess pieces. Now, if you've played the original Link's Awakening, you know that these chess pieces, they can be really annoying. They fix these a lot in this game. So these are the knight pieces. If you don't know anything about knights in chess, they can only move in an L-shaped pattern. So whenever you throw them, they'll actually move in an L-shaped pattern, like so. So that's essentially how you do this room. Also, I believe like the white pieces, they go clockwise, and the black pieces go counterclockwise, if I'm not mistaken. So here, well, that should have worked. Try this. Okay, well that worked, I guess. I don't know. That's weird. Oh well. Let's go ahead and grab this, another rupee chest. Now, before we actually go back, because we're actually done with getting all of the items on the left side, you do want to make sure you go out here. This will actually take you outside the dungeon, and this will take you to the middle of that river rapids race. This is the only way you can get this chest, which is a secret seashell. I always found that incredibly random they did that. It was just kind of the game's way of saying, oh hey, let's put a random seashell in the Face Shrine. And that's pretty much what that is. Okay, so I think we've gotten everything in here, so instead of walking all the way back, let's actually be smart about this and just use Mambo's Mambo. go all the way back to the beginning without having to do the long walking part. And see, that took about 10 minutes, so I think we're making honestly pretty good time for this dungeon. We could finish this in one video, which is always nice to do that. Here's everyone's favorite type of rooms in Zelda games, the floor tile puzzles. My strategy for this, just use your shield. You can also use your sword and knock him out of the way, but it's kind of funnier just watching the floor pieces just explode on Link's shield. They're not really too dangerous to deal with. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I don't know if I can actually get this next item, but also got loose ropes here. What I'd like to do for this room... that should be enough. Now the problem is I don't know if I'll be able to... well, I missed all of them. Okay, well I got one of them at least. This is probably gonna miss. Oh, no. How'd it miss that guy, though? That confuses me. This should get enough. There we go. Okay, so there is a chest right here. This is a weird chest because it's not required, but you also need the crystal switches to be facing the right way, which is kind of annoying. Also, I have the stone beak, don't I? I do. Hop on top of the crystals to move forward. Well, unfortunately, I can't really do that, because you can't jump on the crystals here. They're just kind of just out of Link's reach for some reason. Which, admittedly, is kind of weird. Also, I don't know how... there we go. Hit detection is very weird right there. I don't quite understand it myself, but it is what it is. But yeah, always make sure you kind of explore like these other sections first, because you never know when there might be like a treasure chest with a key or something. As you can see, we'll kind of be at the top of this section a bit later, but for now we need to stay on ground, see what we can find. So there's a small key, open a small door, a door with a key in it, or a keyhole in it. I mean, I guess the doors could be small, but I don't know, they all kind of seem like normal doors to me. So let's actually keep going now. So I believe up here we have a bomb wall and a guardian acorn. Take that. We're gonna go ahead and blow up this wall. Also, the level 2 sword can now break pots. I didn't really talk about that before, but yeah, pretty cool sword. You don't have to actually lift pots unless you actually have to. So this boss is kind of fun. He throws a cannonball at you because he's mean. You actually pick the cannonball up and you throw it at him, and that's how you do damage to him. Now I think they actually made this boss a little harder in this version. I think they kind of fixed the mechanics a little bit too, because you could like... I mean, I still did it anyway, but you could kind of cheat this guy out by just throwing it, picking it up, throwing, picking it up. They made it a little more lenient for the enemy itself, but you can still cheat them out, as you can see right there. So yeah, that's the floor tile to go back to the beginning. Gonna ignore that for right now. Oh, hello. I think there's just like a fairy in here or something. Well, I guess there's nothing in there. Nothing works, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna go this way now to get to the next part of the dungeon. I don't really remember where the game wants me to go right here. I think it wants me to go to the top portion first. Because obviously we don't have the nightmare key yet, so we don't want to go towards the boss just yet. Also be careful, because these are bottomless pit holes, so you don't want to fall in those. Let me just look at this really quick. So yeah, we're over here. Yeah, we want to go this way first, so let us do that. So once again, we have another chess piece puzzle, night puzzle. Boom. So once again, like I said, I guess you want to go a little far back. Like right here. There you go. See, they made it a lot better in this version. The original version, you literally had to throw 2 of these things around until they both landed, like, right side up. And even if you, like, stood in the same location and did it, like, it would be no guarantee that they'd actually stay on the same side, so it just made the puzzle, like, really, really annoying in the original version of the game. So I'm really glad they fixed it in this version. Makes it, like, a lot more reasonable. So I believe this is, like, the first place where you actually need the bow. Because I don't think you can use bombs to defeat these guys. Oh, you can. Okay, never mind. It's really hard to say, like, where's the first, like, actual requirement of the bow and where it's needed. Because the thing is, like, obviously, like, you think you'd need it for the Goma battle in Catfish's Maw, but you actually don't, because you can skip the Goma fight if you, like, know how to navigate around the dungeon properly, so... I don't know. I've always been a little, like, iffy on what it... Like, you obviously, you need the bow for the... I'll go ahead and say it, you need the bow for the final boss. Well, even then... even then, I guess you technically don't either, because there's a way to cheat that too, but I don't know. It's good to have the bow, I guess. I guess that's what we should be taking into account here. So right here, this is going to be a little trickier, because... Well, okay, I need to go a little fur back. There we go. I kind of, like, used, like, half square tiles there to my advantage. Okay, so there we got 300 rupees. Overjoyed indeed. That 300 is actually pretty important if, like, you've not been going around collecting rupee chests, because you will need something after this that costs exactly 300 rupees, so I think that's just kind of the game's way of saying, oh hey, you're gonna need this 300. And need it you shall. So yeah, I'm glad I hit that one... Oh, well, look, we have the snakes. The snakes are back. Yeah, this is when they start kind of reusing bosses. Come on, eat it. Eat it. I said eat it. And, like, you can't even throw the bombs, like, over the snakes. Because they'll, like, hit the bubble part of their second half. Okay, how'd you not eat that? That's silly. There's one of them out. Said, eat your damn dinner. Well, he is not hungry. I mean, I guess it makes sense. We've been throwing bombs in his mouth for the last little bit. Still, though, could be a little more reasonable about it, I guess. Actually, no, it's pretty reasonable to not want to eat bombs. Oh boy. Okay, so this is an interesting puzzle right here. Let's go ahead and read the owl statue. To open a treasure chest, use pots around it. Okay. So yeah, you can't actually open that treasure chest. You have to throw a pot at that specific treasure chest. I think that's the only chest in the game that's like that for some reason. But yeah, it gives you the nightmare key. So that's going to be pretty much it for this dungeon. Like, yeah, we're about done, so... we're going to jump down here. I think the things are the buttons, the switches, whatever you want to call them. I think they're on the right, they're on the right thing now. So now we can get this chest. Yep. So basically how you're supposed to get this is jump down here, and then jump over here to get up here. And there you go, we made it. So, in this chest you have secret medicine. This is what you can normally buy from Crazy Tracy. Basically every dungeon from now on will have a treasure chest with secret medicine in it. Here's the thing, if you have secret medicine and you die, you will get revived. So it's essentially what the fairies are supposed to do in like other Zelda games, but not in this game because fairies are potions in this game. Again, it's weird that it's like that. I think it should be reversed to some extent, but it is what it is. So yeah, if you lose all your hearts, the secret medicine will instantly refill. I don't know if it refills all of them, but it refills enough for you to feel safe, and that's honestly all that matters. So yeah, that's the secret medicine. Now, here's the thing, you can only hold one secret medicine at a time. So if you have secret medicine already and open a treasure chest that has secret medicine, you'll put it back, and then you'll be able to save it for later. Which I guess is kind of cool. It's kind of like other Zelda games when it comes to like rupee chests. So you don't like go over the max capacity and whatnot. But it will leave a treasure chest behind. So if you're like one of those completionists that are like, I want to get every treasure chest in the game, you have to kind of keep that in mind. That there are some treasure chests that you won't be able to do that with if you have that secret medicine with you. So yeah, little fairy secret right there. If you light both torches, you'll get a fairy, or the two anti-fairy things will turn into fairies. And with that, I think we're ready for the boss. So let's go ahead and get equipped for this. This is the boss of level 6. Hey dummy, need a hint? My weak point is... Whoops, there I go, talking too much again. Facade. When I was younger, I used to call him Face-Aid, but I was a kid. I didn't know the word facade. I do kind of like the name Facade, because it is kind of a... Wow, I didn't realize the floor tiles could push the bombs. It's kind of neat, actually. Kind of neat way for the boss to kind of counterattack, I guess. Not really counter-attack, counter-defend. Oh yeah, and you can also, like, go in different places around the room, which is, I don't think, something you can do in the original. So he also puts these random floor tiles around that'll, basically, if you're under them, you'll fall. Like, it'll act like you fell into a pit or something. But yeah, all you have to do is just use bombs on this guy. That's all you really need to do. He's not too hard. Okay, listen up. If the windfish wakes up, everything on the island will be gone forever. And I do mean everything. Well, you're gone. And honestly, that's all that matters to me right now. There we go. Level 6 has been completed. Face Shrine is done. No more epic Face Shrine music. Yeah, I was happy I was able to share that thing about the Face Shrine music with you guys, because again, that was something that was really, really special to me when I first played this game. Just, I really, really loved the song, and there are times where, like, whenever I'm just kind of, like, sitting back and relaxing, I just kind of listen to that song, and it's just a very, very powerful mood. Very powerful mood. So yeah, we got the Coral Triangle. That is our 6th instrument of the Sirens. We only have 2 more to go, guys, and... Mountain. Something calls from the mountains. Well, I'd sure hope so, because honestly, if we look at our map when we get back outside... Well, first, Mr. Owl has to talk about how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop first. Hoot! The many monsters of this land fear that the windfish is about to awaken. The monster's power is real. They may conquer the island and destroy their foes. That day may come soon. Now, go to the mountain tower. Fly like a bird. Hoot hoot. So, like, help me then. You're a bird. It seems like he kind of had, like, a little bit of trouble, like, flying, flapping his wings about, so he probably wouldn't be able... He wouldn't be strong enough to carry Link, I guess, especially with all of his gear and everything. But yeah, let's look at the map really quick. All we have left, really, is just the mountain stuff. Like, we've done everything on land for the most part, except what's down here, but we'll get into that next part. But yeah, like, we're pretty much just going to be spending the rest of this project on the mountain, pretty much, aside from, like, extras, obviously, but yeah. Also, I can probably take away these markers, but I'll do it later. So yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time when we're going to be checking out that other area we haven't explored yet, because that will be our next progression in this game. So, thank you for watching, folks. I'll see you guys next time. Later, everyone.